your house, unless you live in New York or LA, which you shouldn't. You shouldn't, and you should. If you live in New York or LA and you watch this, move out of New York and LA.
Yeah, you shouldn't be living somewhere where the cost of living makes it so that you can't possibly save money, even if you do.
Yeah.
Even if you do the right things and you don't own a car and you can't save money, you need to look at fucking why that is, and why that is because the cost of living is so ridiculously high. You gotta get out of there.
Yeah, like I don't know if you think you're gonna meet like some fucking dream girl trust fund. Like, yeah, that's good, but she's probably like a vapid piece of shit. That's gonna dump you in the first sight of someone with actual money, because it turns out fucking rich trust fund girls don't like fucking scrubs. Yeah, they might you might fuck around with them every now and then, but they ain't marrying your fucking poor scrub ass. They just don't. And if you got one hit at money in like LA and you made like a nice chunk of savings, go back to your fucking shitty hometown, or do some research and go to Buffalo, New York, or Pittsburgh, or like Ohio, or suburbs of New England, or Northern California, Colorado suburbs, Texas suburbs, North Florida non-panhandle other side, South Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Delaware. Like, go there and prosper. Open your cool LA restaurant in Delaware. Don't try to run with the fucking the fake money, because it's fluff and they're in and out too fast. And I think a lot of people do that. They're like, oh, it's fucking like everybody in the media, everybody who makes comedy.
So many people go to LA and New York just because it's like they're like the epicenters of creative type jobs. But they go there. It's like salmon mating season or something. When you get there, you're competing with so many other people. You're basically trying to sell your time and your expertise for less than a bunch of other people are trying to sell their time and their expertise. And the net result of that is that you don't get paid what you should or could get paid for your time and expertise. It's like going to it's like moving to Chinatown and like trying to open up a dumpling restaurant.
Yeah.
Or something.
It's like going to the job fair. The guy who puts on a job fair at a convention center and asking him for a job. Like, it's like you need a job, so you move. It's not the land of creativity. It's the land of creative types. And creative types are fucking terrible.
And ultimately, creative types, they're like Chinese restaurant short order cooks. Like, when you go into your office and there's like, when you go into your cool, like, New York City, second floor warehouse office where they have koosh balls and they have like a fun, fun food brought in every morning or every Friday morning. It's like, oh, guess what? We got fucking, we're getting tacos today, dude. Work extra hard, guys. Just remember that the people you're surrounded by, you're all like, you have to picture a fucking a busy Chinese kitchen, sizzling woks, disgusting grease, gutter oil, frying and popping up in the air, okay, and people walking around. Okay? That's where you're working, because that's the type of price competition that you're doing. You're like, oh yeah, I'll grind my fingers into this keyboard extra long for $70,000 a year, for the promise of $70,000 a year, even though right now it's 55. And even though 55 is not even enough to live in New York City, and 70 is like, I guess I could save like $12,000 a year, which is not that much money and it's not worth it. But all right, that's what fucking creative.
You're getting that done really good, man.
That's what being creative in New York and LA is like, though.
It's true, and it's anybody who would consider themselves a creative type. Like, oh my god, man! I remember when I first moved to LA, I was such a fucking